Now we're going to look at the inventory, which we've kind of talked about a little bit when we were talking about your flex points. Remember, the buyer and seller have a different situation, but this is specifically going to show you the inventory. So this is how much you bought if you're the buyer. So here we see bought. Why? Because this group is a buyer. And remember, when you're the buyer, you cannot go over your max. And you can see the message here is pretty clear. Let me zoom in. I want to show you the message. If you go over your maximum purchase, you will cause bankruptcy. You will lose the game. And here we can see the program will tell you what's your maximum for this time. So remember that when you roll your dice, you can choose to adjust this number. So in this RPG, the target was 1,000, but they chose to increase, this group increased it by 100. So they have 1,100 maximum that they can buy. And you can see how many did they actually buy? Well, here we can see they actually bought 700. So they're under 1,100. Could they buy 1,000? Yes, that's okay. Could they buy 1,100? Yes, that's okay. But they cannot go over 1,100. So they are 70% of their original target and 64% of their modified target. So that's okay. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? It's not a good thing or a bad thing. It's only bad if you go over, which you definitely cannot do. Of course, if you make some good deals, if you find some good opportunities to buy, then you should buy more. But you cannot go over this limit. Now, if you're a seller, it's different. If you're a seller, you can go over your limit. But when you go over your limit, what will happen? You'll have to pay flex points, remember? So if you go over the max, then you're going to need to pay flex points for every 10% more of the production. So here you can see that in this case, this group had a maximum of 1,030, and they went ahead and they were able to sell 1,035, and that may have cost them for their production, but that's okay. So here we just see that they made 100%. That's okay. Could they go under this? Could they be less? Could they, for example, maybe sell 100 units only? Yeah, that's okay. Could they sell 1,000 units? Yeah, that's okay. Could they sell 10,000 units? Yes, they could. But they will have to pay for the more production, for the extra production. And that's in the flex point section. So it's very important to pay attention to this, because if you get it wrong and you're a buyer, you will lose the game. You'll lose. You have bankruptcy. You bought too much. You cannot take that much. And if you are a seller, you need to pay attention because you have to pay extra to produce more.